Good afternoon, Shifton College. Before we start today's episode, me and Karen would like to apologise for not running an episode last week. The school was on lockdown due to an incident we'll talk about later, and someone wouldn't let me go back to the recording equipment.
We would also like to announce that today's episode has been sponsored.
I guess things are heating up. I mean, look at our view count. We currently have 35 people listening to us. That's like a 40% increase or something.
I assume people who are forced to listen to it through the school speakers don't count.
Yeah, this counter only counts the people voluntarily listening to it. It doesn't count views from the future either, though.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jim Colonel from Year 9 has announced that he started a scooter repair business. A full repair costs £25, a half repair costs £12.50, a quarter repair costs £6.25, a eighth repair costs £3.125. I don't think this is how maths works.
I don't think Jim Colonel knows how maths works either.
Regardless, come on down to the shed just inside the borders of the No Rules Makes Life Cool zone and say hi.
And now, the news.
Since we missed last week, we'll be doing 2 weeks worth of news.
On Monday, the anti-inspection celebration was a great success. Many students rallied together, cheering and waving as the headmaster told them the tale of how he heroically saved the school from the treacherous hands of the inspectors by luring them into a secret passageway and pushing them into an area you shouldn't really know about.
Very mysterious. And also not true.
Very true, Karen. Very true.
In reality, he was taking the inspectors to an area far away, so went through a secret passageway to save time. The inspector was like, "What the is this? This isn't safe," so the headmaster was like, "Oh," and pushed him off the edge into some area where we're not allowed to talk about.
Either way, at least there's cake.
The barbecue wasn't too bad either. Sure, the sausages were kind of melted, but they tasted fine and that's all that matters. Who cares about health? I'll be dead by the time I'm 25 anyway.
Exactly.
On Tuesday, Mr. Almond and Dr. Sir had a little disagreement that was probably fueled by the Student Council's survey.
This disagreement escalated to the point that they started having a duel on the roof of the canteen. Really bad location choice, though.
How come?
Well, it's kinda weak, and if you push someone off, they can climb back up, whereas the roof on the top of the main building has been built for the purpose of fights. Plus, if you kick someone off, they're not going to return.
I guess.
Anyway, Mr. Almond decided they should duel using guns, since Dr. Sir is an expert at fencing, which was lucky, since they both have horrendous marksmanship.
Define lucky. A total of 24 shots were fired and all of them missed. Several people were injured, a bunch of windows were destroyed, and a member of the canteen staff was killed.
Was he the one that didn't serve chicken, or the one that served chicken?
He was the one that didn't serve chicken.
God damn it.
The headmaster, meanwhile, didn't actually realise the source of these gunshots and put the school on lockdown. All the teachers, including Dr. Sir and Mr. Almond, retreated to the bunker, and any students in the school building were trapped there for 5 days before the school reopened on Monday.
On Wednesday, the headmaster was hiding in the bunker, so he was unable to announce whatever he wanted to announce. So he said he will announce it today in our broadcast.
Unfortunately, Greg refuses to let us quickly switch between his broadcast and our broadcast to argue with him. On Thursday, the food quality inspectors declared that the canteen's food is cooler than ever and has some really rad chicken. It received a rating of 6.5 out of 5.
The school was closed.
Exactly.
I think we should take a break from the news before doing the second week's news segment.
Okay. Mr. Veronica, one of the English teachers, declared that we now have to do a Word of the Week segment, or he'll give the headmaster a load of things you've said about him.
This week's word of the week is anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Why are you able to pronounce that?
Because I'm smart.
Do you know what that means?
Yes, but it's a secret.
Of course. On Monday, Miss Bridget did a live demonstration of abortion to a Year 9 class by aborting Amber Cassie.
Wait, Amber was pregnant?
No, she literally aborted her. She got a knife, smiled, and just whispered, "This is why you hand your homework in on time," before stabbing her repeatedly.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, her popularity rating in the school website appears to have gone up after that.
No one liked Amber.
Yep.
I liked her. She did good drawings.
Like I said, no one liked her.
On Tuesday, nothing happened.
Sports happened.
Nothing happened.
Last time you neglected sports, somebody threw a dodgeball through the studio door.
We did have that hole stuck there for a while.
Okay, so,
There was a football game on Tuesday between Shifton College's Year 9 team and Peaton Primary School's Year 4 team.
who won?
The Year 9s. It was close, though. The Year 9s only scored 27 more goals than the primary schoolers.
I don't actually know if that's a lot or not.
Neither do I. It sounds like it isn't much, though. It doesn't take long to move a ball from one area to another.
That's what the game is, right?
I think so. Depends if you're American or not. Are you American?
Do I sound American?
I don't actually know what Americans sound like, so I'm going to put that down as a maybe.
On Wednesday, the canteen served a new kind of roast meat. I don't really go to the canteen much, but Nick went.
That's right, Karen. It was different. The meat was completely normal, unidentified roadkill, except it glowed red.
How did it taste?
Delicious. Maybe it was bear meat. I've heard bears glow.
That's only forest bears.
Either way, I recommend eating that roast again. It made me vomit rainbows and tasted wonderful.
Literal rainbows.
Literal rainbows.
In other disgusting news, someone managed to fill the water coolers with piss.
Hurrah!
If you have any idea who this person is, please tell us. The headmaster says that anyone who can find out who's responsible can keep the piss.
So if you want to win 5 large bottles of piss, the hunt begins today! Finally, some idiot Year 7s were messing with the fire alarm so much yesterday that the headmaster turned the fire alarms off. This wouldn't have had much effect on the school, except for the fact that later that day, David Cameron, our Prime Minister...
Actually, he resigned a few months ago. Hang on. 13th of July this year.
Who's in charge now?
Theresa May or something.
Interesting.
Anyway, David Cameron arrived in town today, saying that he had gotten lost or something, and also stating that this town was an absolute shithole. He then accidentally set the school on fire.
Unluckily, the headmaster arrived at the roof and summoned more fire engines than we could possibly think the fire station could ever realistically hold. And the school sadly remained in place, although some areas are a bit crispy.
Very disappointing.
Yeah.
Wow, we finally finished the news.
That felt like the exact same length of our normal news broadcast.
Shh! Right. Current events and such time.
Yes, Miss Bridget has begun raising funds to demonstrate genetic modification on some of her Year 9 students.
She needs the money by Monday, so come down to her room today to visit wonderful fundraising activities like Whack-A-Mole Student Edition. See how long you can spend in the X-ray machine and bake sale.
These events will be open today and only today because the headmaster still doesn't know they're happening, but I'm sure he does now.
Speaking of the headmaster, he's trying to connect to the broadcast.
Oh boy, it's time.
You know how to do this, right?
Greg, if I knew how to do your job, there's no way you'd be here right now.
Try pressing the confirm button.
This one.
Hello, younglings of Shifton College. Today I have an announcement to make. This school, Mr. Trowel, drumroll please. Starting this year, this school shall have an autumn festival celebrating autumn, the season of death. So, it's next week, and if nothing good comes of it, I'll just do it again next year, but make it slightly more mandatory.
Is that all, my liege?
Yeah, just press the button. Wait, actually...
And we're back.
He's requesting again.
God damn it.
So, do I press confirm?
Yes.
One more thing. I've heard a lot of people talking about Miss Bridget's little fundraiser. But don't worry, I am of course a very big fan of science. I love science. Science is my favorite thing in the world. I guess you could say I live for science. So, I shall be donating a large amount of money to her in exchange for a few games of Whack a Student. Okay, now you can...
And we're back. Again, hello.
Gotta love the headmaster's announcements.
Well, it's cool that the headmaster supports Miss Bridget's bizarre science experiments.
Yeah.
Oh crap, we haven't done the messages section yet.
Does that matter?
Not really. Okay, so the first one is from Dave Kersey in Year 10. He would like to know what happened to Dr. Sir.
Nothing.
Yeah, literally nothing happened to him.
To be fair, other teachers have done worse.
Yeah, Mr. Brown was fired for...
If anybody catches you talking about Mr. Brown live on camera, there'll be serious consequences.
The headmaster wishes for no one to talk about Mr. Brown. If he catches you doing it, you could get a detention, or worse, he could nope you.
God damn it, you guys. If you want to know what happened, just ask anyone in Year 9 or above. In private.
Right, next question is from the student council and marked urgent.
Ignore it.
This next question,
Yes.
it's from someone called The Follower.
I see.
It says they found something that may interest you.
What?
Everything is written in a weird code.
That's called binary.
What does it say?
Why do you think? Why do you think I would be able to read a language made entirely of ones and zeros fluently?
I don't know, it just sounds like the sort of useless talent someone like you would have.
Right, finally. Next week's calendar. The Autumn Festival will begin on Tuesday and will end on Wednesday with a special announcement. Remember that this is still an official announcement, so your announcement bingo cards can still be used.
On Wednesday, which is the second day of the Autumn Festival, the canteen will be selling roast leaves. Roast leaves and pumpkin pie.
Delicious.
I guess they want to appeal to the vegan students.
On Thursday, there will be an unofficial third day of the festival at Mr. Pepper's house. Do not go.
And that's about it.
I'll look at the code next week and tell you about it on Friday. Goodbye, kids.